Welcome to LawFlip. It's a conversation about law, life, technology, and LawFlip, the platform. Not just LawFlip, the podcast. We're moving on to LawFlip, the platform. So today we're going to talk about all things why you as an attorney or why anybody you know as an attorney should be on our platform. It's right now, it's free and it's effective. It's been an incredible start to this platform that I thought of a few years ago. And we talked with Eric, Lewis, and Jordan, my partners on this platform, and we're so excited. Any quick tidbits of what you're going to learn if you watch this episode, Eric?
From the attorney standpoint, you're going to learn how this is going to revolutionize your business, how you can monetize referrals, and how you can get new business.
Love it. Lou?
You're going to learn as an attorney how to avoid doing some things you may very well dread.
Which are many. Okay, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the socials. You can email us at lawflip.com, Benji at lawflip.com, Lewis at lawflip.com, Eric at lawflip.com, support at lawflip.com. You can find us at lawflip on social media, and you can call us at 1-833-LAWFLIP. Let's get into the episode.
Lawflip, objection, your honor. Turn the game upside down. Lawflip, objection, your honor. Turn the game upside down.
Welcome to LawFlip. So this is such an exciting episode. First of all, Happy New Year, 2022. It's going to be a different year. It's going to be a great year. Right, boys?
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this episode is a little bit different. We're talking about LawFlip, not the podcast, but the platform. It's an attorney referral network. It's a concept I thought of over 3 years ago, and I've been working really hard on it in the background. And before I introduce the players involved, I just want to say this is what I think is going to be a revolutionary product for lawyers to refer business, to get business, to network, to do all sorts of fun stuff. I'm very passionate about it. I believe in it strongly. I've put my time, effort, resources, and friends and family behind this thing. And now I want to introduce you to the players involved. So first I want to move to our Chief Product Officer, Jordan Rothstein. Jordan, what made you interested in LawFlip, the platform? And tell us about yourself.
Sure. So I'm the CEO at King Tide. We're a venture studio based in Los Angeles. We have a team of about 45 designers and developers, and we partner with early stage startups to help them take ideas and turn them into reality. When I met Benji about 6 months ago and he told me about LawFlip, it immediately clicked for me. Coming out of college and watching my friends grind through, law school, finally become lawyers, enter the job market, they're all hungry for leads. I know a lot of PI attorneys, employment attorneys, and, they find bigger firms and they're looking for leads and they're often, sharing leads with one another. And I've watched that whole referral system, get built, and it all happens offline organically through friends and family. When Benji brought this idea up of creating a platform where you could share these leads and handle everything online from, the messaging, the referral fees, tracking down and understanding which attorney is right for the platform. I just thought it was a no-brainer. And I did some research on it. Honestly, there's a lot of lead like networks out there. There's Facebook groups, there's DocuSign. It can get done, but it's piecemealed and there's no central place like LawFlip to do it. So started interviewing my friends. We brought them on board. All those interviews went really well. Everyone seemed to think this was a great idea. And we started wireframing out a prototype. We built an alpha. We've been running the alpha for the last couple months. We already have a couple hundred attorneys, I think, signed up and leads constantly being posted to the platform. So talk about product market fit. I don't think we've seen anything really get this much traction so quickly, and it's really exciting to see.
Amazing. And right now we're in the alpha stage, so we have limited features, but maybe just walk from the user journey. What is it like? How simple is it? And why does it work right now?
Yeah. So when Benji came to me, as an attorney, a visionary with this big idea who has used all these different tools, there was a lot to unpack there. There's messaging, there's a mobile app, there's DocuSign integration, all these things that we want to eventually build out. From the tech world and a product guy, we really want to distill that down into something that can be built quickly. So we ran some workshops. We honed in on, what's the top of the funnel? And the top of the funnel for us was getting attorneys to come on and create their profile. That includes uploading a picture, putting your education, your work experience, the specialties of law that you focus on, your bar information, whether you have insurance, that type of stuff. It takes 2 minutes to complete your profile. And then from there, you're literally able to put in every single lead that you have with a matter of clicks. What's the title of the case? What's the description of the case? What are the fees that you're willing to pay out on a case? And then when it gets posted, that lead will get sent to every single attorney that fits that criteria. So those attorneys will get an email that says, hey, there's a new lead in your area, click to reply. And so as an attorney receiving a lead like that, I'll click, I'll review it. If I think I'm the right fit for the case, there's a space for me to tell that posting attorney why I'm the right fit and what I'm willing to pay out if they choose me. And so those responses get sent to the posting attorney, who at the time is anonymous because we don't want him getting spammed, by phone calls and emails. And then he'll be able to review and pick the right attorney for that case. They can negotiate it on the platform, upload their fee agreements, and post that lead as being marked as referred. Perfect. That's where we're at now, but lots of plans in the future.
All right, Jordan, thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Sorry I couldn't be there in person, you guys. I'm glad you could virtually include me. High five, Eric.
That's great. Okay. All right. And so I want to pull back again and just say and this podcast is almost like full circle because I grew up with Eric, one of my partners on this, Eric Hout. We went to Taft together. We went to high school together. And actually, when I was going to Loyola Law School, he told me beforehand, you have to meet Louis Benowitz, who later became my partner, and we've done all sorts of fun stuff together. And so it's just really exciting. I've had this vision for a long time. I have my longtime friends involved with it. And now I want to introduce my other partner, Eric Hout. Eric is a seasoned veteran business person. He's been involved with tech and different projects. And when I told him about this, he was excited, and I was so excited to have him on with me. Eric, introduce yourself. What have you done, and why are you involved with this project?
Thank you for having me. I'm just a serial entrepreneur. At this point in my career, I operate an investment fund where I bet on good people and good ideas. And I've worked across many different industries and verticals from SaaS platforms, sports and entertainment, through F&B restaurants, all the way to many other things, real estate, but also kind of led me here to LawFlip. So I've worked with a lot of founders, a lot of entrepreneurs. One of my biggest strengths through this entire process of my career has been kind of pushing entrepreneurs to get out of the monotony of what they were doing and pushing them into what they want to do, chase their dreams. And I've been very successful in that, in helping them create companies, that have value, for their target market. One reason I'm so passionate now about LawFlip and I was so interested is we've known each other a long time. I see your passion in this. That's just a personal thing. That's what initially attracted me to LawFlip. But in every project that I do, the most challenging piece is to establish product market fit, and what better than for an attorney who has a real world need in their practice, and amongst their peers, to stand up a platform that, that solves a pain point. Mm-hmm. So it's been a wild ride. We've been on this, 6 months or a year now, and it's going very well. And I for one am excited to see what the future holds.
The need for this product for me was so obvious. That's why I came up with the idea in the first place. And one of the people who shared my vision from the start was my friend Louis Benowitz. And Louis is a brilliant attorney. We've partnered together on cases, on all sorts of stuff. And he understood the value proposition from the beginning. And I think once we started the alpha and he as a user actually started using it, I think that even emboldened his excitement for the product. So I want to introduce Lou. And Lou, tell us, about yourself briefly and why you believe in LawFlip as a platform.
Okay, so I'm Louis Benowitz. I'm a graduate of Cornell University and Loyola Law School. I'm an experienced employment and class action litigator. I've been on some of the California Supreme Court cases that have revolutionized employee rights in the class action realm, expanding both meal and rest break protections and minimum wage protections in published opinions at the California Supreme Court. I've recovered millions upon millions of dollars in class actions for people, represented discrimination victims, and I'm in a stage of my career where, candidly, I am trying to figure out how to better serve my clients while engaging in less day-to-day legal practice, and LawFlip is that answer. It's a platform that allows me to run my advertisements and do my top-of-the-funnel stuff, and then take my leads and figure out the best places to house them. And the biggest appeal of this whole platform for me, because I'm not the only lawyer who's like this, but I am an introvert and I cannot stand going to networking events. I'm someone who knows quite a few people. I'm sociable when I want to be, but the idea of waking up early in the morning, putting on a suit, driving to some conference room and God knows where and doing icebreakers and cliche conversations about nothing with strangers to maybe get a referral from somewhere, that is not how I want to spend my time. Why would I possibly want to do that when instead I could be on my phone or computer, I have a lead, I could post it, I could then see who's interested in it, so I'm marketing my lead, and then I could figure out the best home for it.
Right.
It's an amazing little system because it takes the pain out of networking for me, because I don't want to go to your small talk breakfast.
Yeah, and that's the thing. With LawFlip, it really serves every type of lawyer. So you want business, you go on there and you get potential leads in your practice area. You're a lawyer that gets a lot of deal flow, either by going to networking events or buying leads. I do all of it. I've always done or at least the past several years, I do all of it. So I get a lot of deal flow. And what people don't understand is even in practice areas, there's no one attorney in any given practice area that could handle all the different types of leads that come in. So this goes to the issue of access to the court system for the end clients. People ask, why is this good for the end consumer? Lou, why is this good for the end consumer?
Because it helps people who otherwise wouldn't be able to find lawyers find a lawyer. So, for example, let's take someone who has a meritorious individual wage and hour case. Not a lot of people take individual wage and hour cases, but on the LawFlip platform, there are good attorneys who will, and you could often find one of those for a client, and someone who would otherwise not have representation, not be able to get the wages stolen from them, suddenly has this tremendous resource that otherwise the larger firm that's only looking for big class actions would have thrown away.
Okay, but I know one guy that does individual wage claims. Why would I need LawFlip if I could just give it to him or her?
Because odds are, unless that guy's running a huge mill with endless capacity, he has capacity issues and he has different things he likes and doesn't like. So, for example, some people might like overtime misclassification cases. Other people say, no, I don't want to do anything that nitty gritty. I'm just looking for straight up data-driven cases. And there are lawyers who have different preferences for what they even like within an area.
And it's a big service. So when you get a lead, people come so there's two different ways that people generally find a lawyer. They go online and they search for the lawyer, or they go to the one lawyer they know. There are over 120 practice areas. And then there are subcategories under the practice areas. In all likelihood, one or a few lawyers, and in all likelihood, that lawyer is not the right person to handle your case.
I think it comes down to time too. Just imagine the timing in which, arbitrarily you reach out to a lawyer And then that lawyer has to reach out to somebody they know.
They have to take the time out of their day to go. Now they have to think about who's the right fit. Then let's say they're sending it just to one of their buddies. I send it to one of my buddies, right? Who knows? They could be on vacation. They could take a while. They could be in trial. They could be. Here, what you do is you get the lead, you post it into LawFlip, and you post it anonymously, so you're not offending anybody. You're just putting it onto the open market of all lawyers that fit this category, and then you get a bunch of applications. And what was amazing is last week I posted a lead that didn't make sense for my firm, and within 1 hour I got 9 different people applying to have that lead. And that just makes the process more efficient. It makes it more efficient, and I get to choose which of them makes sense. And without having struggled through doing it, it's hard to explain to non-lawyers, but any lawyer knows that they get people looking for things, and they need a lawyer for something, and then the lawyer who they come to, they struggle to find it. So they either feel frustrated that they spend so much time finding the lawyer as the right fit, or they just don't do it. And then the end consumer gets stuck looking online and they don't have a quarterback. And this leads to the discussion of referral fees. In every vertical in the business world, referral fees are not only standard, it's very obvious, right? If you have some person who leads you to a sale in real estate or anything, a finder's fee is appropriate, right? For lawyers, even though it's ethical and it's sanctioned by every state bar in the country, people view it as sort of a stigmatized thing that lawyers should get referral fees. But people in employment, personal injury, workers' comp, and class actions, those are fields where it's common and people understand that that's something that makes sense. But there are other practice areas that it's not so common. So what we're trying to do is, and Eric, you could speak to this, since this is one of the things I think you were interested in, is destigmatizing referral fees like you did when you were back at StubHub.
Yeah, at StubHub, what we did was legitimize ticket scalping and bring that commerce online. There's a similar parallel in the fact that there's a stigma against referral fees within many of the practice areas in law. And, we're looking to, get rid of that stigma. We're looking to make it commonplace. We're looking to treat this more as lead generation, than it is referral fees. And just look at it for what it is. If you have business to give, which most lawyers do if they think about it, there's a place for that. If they're looking to get business, which definitely most lawyers want to do, this is the place for that. It's just a natural dual-sided marketplace. That's the beauty of LawFlip.
Yeah, and there's another aspect to it. So as a lawyer, because everyone only knows a few lawyers and no matter what legal problem they have, they'll go to you. If I'm going to go through the hassle of finding someone for them, I want it to be easy. Again, I don't want to get up and go to networking breakfast to go meet someone who does construction law when I have someone with a construction problem.
Louis, why is it appropriate for referring attorneys to get referral fees? And should the end customer be disappointed or frustrated by their friend or their lawyer getting a referral fee for sending out the business?
It's completely appropriate because both the ethics rules sanction it, but going beyond that, as a practical matter, it incentivizes the lawyer to find a good lawyer for you. Because if I send you to a bad lawyer who runs up a huge bill, you're never going to want to come to me with any legal problem again. I've broken your trust. I don't want to do that. And this person doesn't get your result. Or I send you to a contingency lawyer who gets you a bad result. That's not going to do anything for me. Whereas the referral fee, what it really does is it incentivizes me finding the best lawyer because that lawyer is going to serve the client, their relationship is going to work, and ideally it's going to generate revenue that results in compensation for me and benefit the client.
For an attorney, which I'm not one, just in general, it's harder than ever to make money, right? So if we can find attorneys a new way to find a way to make more money, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and as long as it's ethical, which every state bar sanctions referral fee or fee splitting in some form or fashion. There are different limitations in every single jurisdiction, but California has determined that and people say like, oh, well, how do you know that Lewis, how do you know that attorney isn't just going to choose the lawyer that pays the highest referral fee?
So, for example, if someone comes to me with a car accident and like someone right out of law school, zero experience, offers me a 75% referral fee, whereas I could go to someone more experienced who's offering me less and has a history of good results, my incentive is to pick the lawyer I think is going to get the best result for the client, because that's going to maximize what my recovery is. If you give me a 75% referral fee and you recover and you only recover $10,000 for the client, I'm not going to get very much. On the other hand, if you give me 25% and you recover $500,000, I'm going to get a really good payday.
Right, and I think like the interesting part about lawyers is everybody, there's a big contingent group of lawyers that are like holier than thou. I would never take a referral fee. The moment they get their referral fee for the first time, they're obsessed with referral fees. And it goes to that whole issue with being a lawyer, which is like there's this aura of like, I'm better, we're professionals and we're not business people. And
I need to do the work myself for my own ego. And It's getting past that that's a big thing for a lot of lawyers.
Right.
Which is like, okay, here's a good lead that that maybe you want to keep it for yourself, but if you don't, you can still monetize what's coming into your firm one way or another. Like those annoying calls you get from friends and family could suddenly turn into things that help you pay your bills every month.
Right.
Unless there's no real good reason on why referral fees are unethical.
Right. And so from a client perspective, there's one key piece to understand for clients, which is in California, at least, the referral fee cannot change the total fee charged to the client. So whether you sign up with the lawyer I refer you to directly or through my referral, if you found him on the street, you'd be charged the same fee anyway.
Correct.
So it's not costing you more money as a consumer. Similarly, someone charging you by the hour can't jack up their fee just because they're paying me a referral fee. The rules forbid that.
I mean, just one more thing to Lewis's last point is that lawyers are paying money to advertise to get new business anyway. New leads are costing them money however they choose to get those. This is just a different way, an easier way, a path of least resistance in order to get new business.
You know what? Actually, this raises...
Wait, I remember you have a good... So this is... So even though you're not an attorney, Eric, I think one of the points that you made early on was that there are marketing costs, and people view referral fees as a marketing cost. And if you could just expand on that a little bit about the people that want business and why it's so useful to be the people that are getting business on LawFlip, because you don't have to pay those marketing fees up front.
Yeah, so when we got together, of course, the first thing I did is I went to the internet and started researching, right? And the most over-glaring fact that that I saw over and over is that attorneys are poor marketers, right? There's some crazy stats. Most attorneys pay money online to try to get new business, but what they do with that usually is fairly ineffective. So what this does is it allows attorneys to just go to a site, see what cases might be suitable for them, where they can add value for the client. They can tell the referring attorney why they're good for that case. And if they have a compelling enough case, then they get this business, and it's a lot easier for them to do than become marketing gurus or pay marketing gurus, which are big bucks. So this is a cheaper, more effective way for attorneys to get new business. On the buy side of this,
especially when they're at the beginning of their careers, they don't have the resources to invest in marketing. And this is a bigger point, which is a lot of people are asking me, like, is this ethical? Is this appropriate? There's nothing about this platform that changes anything that is existing other than making things more efficient. So it's already legal and deemed to be ethical to share referral fees. And by the way, you can refer cases on our platform without paying or receiving referral fees, but we are just trying to promote it as we actually believe in it. So this already exists. What doesn't exist is a actual good, seamless way to do it. So here are some of the challenges with the way that things are currently done. One, there are scumbags like Tom Girardi who screw other attorneys out of referral fees. Yes, he's a scumbag, and
he screws clients too.
He screws clients too. So that's a lawyer to lawyer problem. You have lawyers out there who stiff other attorneys their referral fees. Now, this platform doesn't guarantee that that's going to be avoided, but what we do is, and what we are trying to do, is we are trying to build a mechanism to have all of your referrals tracked in one place where you could have the referral fee agreements signed by both the attorney that's referring the case, the attorney that's getting the case, and the client, so that you're complying with all the state rules and you have it in one place. So you have it a seamless place. What else does...
Well, you know what's so surprising to me, and now every day I'm talking to attorneys on behalf of LawFlip, and so many of them are telling me that they don't really complete the compliant process.
Right.
Like we were on a call the other day, who somebody refers out 1 to 5 cases a day, and they're not doing the necessary paperwork in order to, and to that, they were talking about how they get screwed out of attorneys' fees, so they've reduced their network to a few attorneys that they know will pay them.
Do they trust? Right. Even though, And the other point about that is that what this product does is it actually promotes the ethical fee share. That actually, what's happening right now, you're allowed to fee share, but nobody's actually doing it the right ethical way. Lou, what's your experience with that?
It varies from attorney to attorney. So sometimes you have attorneys who are really good about it. They'll get the agreement or put it in their retainer. You know their standard practices. You're good to go. Other times, like you send them the case and you may or may not get a check at the end. You have no idea what's going on. And you forgot about this thing because you had nowhere to track it in the first place.
And you're just as a user, how has this in the past few months, how has this product transformed the way you operate as a law firm owner?
So as a law firm owner, one of the things we go through is we as lawyers are awful at specializing in any aspect of our business. So one of the things I'm starting to believe as a lawyer is you could decide either I'm going to be a great litigator, I'm going to be a great marketer, but no law firm is going to do all these things really well. And so as a firm owner, what it does is it's allowed me to take the leads I'm not keeping for myself and figure out who's actually interested in them in the first place. Whereas what I was doing before was I'd get a lead, and if I'm not interested in it, I'm sending it out to my network, and I may or may not hear something back. I'm at this person's mercy who I think might want it, but they may be busy. They may never call the person, and it causes me a lot of headaches. At minimum with this platform, what I know when I have a lead is when a lawyer expresses interest, that lawyer is generally going to respond promptly. They're going and make their own decision about the lead one way or another, so I could then make my decisions.
Finally, there's new legislation around this concept of paraprofessionals, and so we are not a law firm. LawFlip is not a law firm, but it's run by lawyers and non-lawyers. And there's a push right now in California and other places for big tech to be able to share in referral fees. I think regardless of what the outcome of that is, this is a good product for lawyers and for consumers. But Lou, what effect, if any, does the legislation over the paraprofessional concept affect LawFlip and its prospects?
Well, it could go two directions. It's either that you end up with a much larger user base because non-lawyers are suddenly able to transact in lawyer business and collect referral fees. Or if you go the other way and this legislation dies, what LawFlip does is it shows you don't need to include non-lawyers in the lawyer fee sharing game, because you could use technology within the current ethics guidelines and have have lawyers who are going with professional obligations, connecting clients with other lawyers.
Yeah.
The biggest thing LawFlip needs is attorneys like you to join our network. The more good attorneys who are on our network, the more people who are transacting business, the easier it will be to house your cases, and the more cases will be there for you to find. So if you're an attorney who isn't signed up for LawFlip, please reach out to us and sign up. Right now, we are not charging you to sign up. Expand your network and make more money in 2022.
And you can reach out to support@lawflip.com, Benji, BENJY @lawflip.com. And I've walked through several people through the platform. Again, it's in its infancy and we're not charging people, but I would be very surprised if every lawyer didn't find some benefit from even the primitive platform that we have. And one of the exciting things is we are continuing to build more features, and we just want your feedback. So we look forward to hearing from you, and Happy New Year.
Okay, this is the legal tip of the month, sponsored by the power hitters at Benowitz Law Corporation. Be careful about who you talk to at work and what you say to people at work. People who seem friendly may not be that friendly, and if someone says the wrong thing to your superiors, you could wind up losing your job for it. Just practical advice, be careful about what you say. Don't create problems for yourself.
This legal tip is brought to you by Smith Law. We're an employment, personal injury, and class action law firm. Very simple. When it comes to your fee agreement and you're reviewing your fee agreement, here are the big terms. You want to make sure that you understand the percentage. That means how much the attorney is charging you. You want to understand how costs work. In any employment, personal injury, or class action, the attorneys should most likely advance the cost for you. So you should not be coming out of pocket for any costs in your case. Those are the two primary factors. And you also need to know that you have the right at any time in your case, in a personal injury, employment, or class action case, to fire your attorney. You are not stuck with your attorney. It is if you find a new attorney that you like and you want to use them, they could take over the case. You never even need to talk to your old attorney, and your new attorney and your old attorney will work out the fees between themselves. You won't be paying any more. It'll be worked out between the attorneys. So focus on, those are three of the terms you want to focus on, but you want to make sure that you review that fee agreement and make sure that you're comfortable with it, and you can ask any questions to the attorney. You can call us at any time, 1-833-LAW-FLIP. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is a really exciting time for us building out this platform. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can reach out to us at Benji at LawFlip, Eric at LawFlip, Lewis at lawflip.com, or support@lawflip.com. We're here for you to build and become the next wave of future tech-savvy, business-savvy attorneys. We'll see you next month.
LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down. LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down.
Connect with us on Instagram. We're at LawFlip. LawFlip is produced by Blue Crescent Media. You can learn more about BCM at bluecrescentmedia.com. Our intro music is provided by Penn Practice, and our LawFlip identity was created by Garrett Whiston and Travis Nagel. And lastly, this podcast is made available by Smith & Benowitz for educational and entertainment purposes only. By listening to this podcast, you understand that no attorney-client relationship is being formed between you and Smith & Benowitz or any of its attorneys. This podcast should not be used as a substitute for competent legal advice from a licensed professional attorney in your state. To the extent this podcast may be considered an advertisement, Benjamin Smith is the attorney responsible for this advertisement. Thank you.
Upside down.